Hi, my name is Gabriel. Today I'll be talking to you guys about Skylanders, the Toys to Life game developed by Activision and Toys for Bob. How many of y'all have heard of it with a quick show of hands? That's good. Skylanders was developed developed by Activision and developed by Toys for Bob and produced by Activision. It was originally intended to help revive a franchise that Activision owned called the Spyro games. And Toys R Bob was tasked with this, and they decided to make a unique gimmick out of this game. And they decided to go with Toys for Life, little characters like these called Skylanders. Each one has unique abilities and has one of 8 elements until the 4th game, which added 2 more, but that's for later. So yeah, Spyro was originally from his own game series, and that can all be found on Activision's website, the Activision website. Next part is about the games themselves. There were 6 games, each with their own unique gimmick. The original Skylanders had the figures that you could play with. The second game made them bigger, made them giant, and that was the whole gimmick for that game. The third game was the Skylander Swap Force, where you could swap the tops and bottoms of the characters to make new and unique combinations. And the 4th game is where things get interesting, as it added 2 new elements and a very unique game mechanic that wasn't added into the rest of the games, which would be to trap villains into tiny crystals that you could place into your portal that would allow you to play as the said villain for a short amount of time. And then the 4th game also added in the new light and dark elements. So you have 8 elements and 2 more elements that got added on that remained for the rest of the series. The next game is not one I personally played, but I have seen gameplay footage, and I do own a couple of figures from that game, and that is Skylander Superchargers, which is basically a racing game, less on story, more on the cars. What's next? The final game in the series is Imaginators. Imaginators was basically you get to create your own Skylanders using what's known as creation crystals. These crystals you place on the portal. If it was completely blank, it would take you to a screen that would let you customize and create your own Skylanders. All this can obviously be found in-game, because, yeah. So, the next thing about Skylanders was, the figures themselves, they had variants. Like this one here, this is a rare Royal Double Trouble variant. This was mainly to, increase sales, because a lot of collectors would like stuff like this. So, yeah, when a collector wants a specific variant, they could pay, they could try to find it naturally, or they could, pay hundreds of dollars to get it directly. I was lucky to get this one just naturally for a really cheap price. But yeah, after the first game came out, they started merchandising. So they started producing backpacks. They have backpacks, little carrying cases for the Skylanders. One that I really enjoy that I don't own is called a Chompy Pod. A Chompy Pod, which is a Chompy is one of the enemies in the game, and basically it's a little pop-up that can fit about 100 Skylanders in there, which is pretty cool. I don't own one, but I want to. And then finally, there was also the Netflix TV show, which the Netflix TV show was kind of released about 15 days after Imaginators, and was mainly just to help try to keep the franchise alive, as by the time the 6th game rolled around, it was pretty much dying at that point. In the end, it wasn't enough to save it, but it is enough to help cement it. Other than that, Skylanders was one of my childhood memories, and it was just something that I could truly reminisce about. Other than that, if y'all ever find yourselves being able to get one of the games, I recommend it.